This could have been an email. Oh, what is going on with our show, y'all? What is going on with our show? I'm so concerned. This feels like the end. Hallelujah. It feels like the end. I'm concerned. But while y'all coming on in the room, we got to go back to basics. Love Island is over, so it's no more I came here for love. We're going back to come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Now you sing, come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in here? Come on. We're back. Oh my God. Ain't no feeling like being free. I'm so chill today. I am so chill. Pardon me. I know this live was supposed to be earlier, but I had I was on airport duty today. And it's, when it's LAX, just don't have any plans for the day. I hate going to that airport. So as soon as I got home, I created this live stream because I'm just like, we got to talk about it. This show is so bad, but I would not go back to Love Island. Like I'd rather just talk about this where there's peace than to be racially assaulted. And that leads me to the Real Housewives of Miami. I don't know, y'all. It's getting very dark. I mean, they are jumping a Black woman with cancer. I don't know about the Real Housewives of Miami. I think I'm one episode behind, so I'm gonna catch up on that episode. And then I'm gonna see, because I don't know. Like it's too much. It's too much. And the same thing with Love Island UK.
I'm gonna try to catch up on it, but if it's worse than USA, we will see. Back to my statement. This could have been an email. This was really bad. Like, this was a really bad part one. We know with the reunions, part one is supposed to be so good that it brings you back for part two. Then it's like, oh, okay, I don't have to come back here. And then they show you the trailers for part three, and you're like, yeah, maybe I need to. There was nothing that happened this season to make this season a three-parter. This should have been a one and done. And I am very concerned for the Real Housewives of Atlanta because I am not sure if this show is going to be able to survive the way it is. This is bad. Really, really bad. But the thing that they have going for them is that they are the first Black franchise out of Bravo. So they might get the Real Housewives of Orange County treatment because Orange County had just been garbage. They just started getting good, but they were garbage for years. So maybe they will survive. But I feel like if they find another Black franchise, and I know you guys are going to say Potomac, that is not. Potomac is not. It's not. It's a Black franchise, but it's not the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's not the juggernaut that is or was the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we will see what is going on with this season. Y'all, let's get into it. We're going to talk about this real quickly, and then I'm going to hop in the comments because I just feel like you guys will be more interesting to talk to than this episode. I will quickly talk about the season finale that was terrible. That season finale was garbage. Nobody talked about it. That's how bad it was. I will say this about Miss Oakley. I feel like if you have to go through all of this for a man, maybe that marriage just ain't worth it because it's really, here she is. It's just really crazy how her entire journey on this show has been about that man. It has, oh, my husband is the reason I am basketball legend. And I'm like, I get that. I totally understand that husband is not my ball legend. But there has to be something else going on with you. All we learned is that you are with Charles and that all of your homes that you bought are in foreclosure. Jesus, and you lost some of them. Like, that is all we learned about you. And unless you're coming on this show to divorce this man, I do not understand why you were here. And I don't think she's going to come back. I don't think she's going to come back. The new cast, no shade, it was a flop. It was a flop. And I'm just like, we have learned nothing about you. And all we learned is about your angry husband that can cook. That's it. That's all you need to get on the Real Housewives of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Times is changing, child. Times is changing. I will say this about Shamia. She can sing, and I thought her performance was really cute. I think this is. Are they geriatric millennials? Shamia, I think these are elder millennials. I think Shamia and Porsha are elder. Angela, child. Apparently, she's an elder millennial. Anyway, I think that is a good. I think that the music she makes is for that age group and older, and I think that's a really good market. I hope she gets pushed properly because the songs are great. The outfits, adios mios, what's going on? The outfits were like very. Is this just Atlanta? It was just, you have so much money, but it was giving rainbow, and I hate to say it because everybody has been saying it, but the outfits, it was just like. Not saying that 41 or 42 was old, but it's just like, I don't think you should be in a bodysuit. Not everybody is, no one is Beyonce, right? I feel like that, let's just leave that to Beyonce. Like, you in a bodysuit with these boots with the fur, it was just a little too much happening there. But child, this is the outfit. I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, well, I feel like, if she could get the proper stylist and the proper rollout, I think she could be a very successful singer because I think that there's a market for her, and the R&B throwback, I think that's going to resonate with millennials, especially elder millennials, because that's the music that we grew up on. So if she does like 90s throwback R&B, I think she's not going to be like this huge superstar. Well, you know what? I'm not going to put that on nobody because who am I? But I think that there's a market for her if the rollout is intentional and proper. It can't just be your man is throwing money at something. Y'all have to be throwing money at researchers and looking at the audience and how that audience is going to perceive you. Because right now, no shade, if you want to get the elder millennial drug dealer girlfriends, you got them. But if you want to get other people in that demographic, then there are some tweaks that you need to make. I don't think she's a liar. She tells a lot of lies. One thing about her though, when she is backed up against the wall, she will tell some stuff that she should not have told. I absolutely believe that Shamia was saying those things to her. And the thing about it is, Shamia was doing it all season. Shamia was saying a lot of stuff about Porsha to the other girls because she could not talk to Porsha about those things. And that is pretty much Shamia and Porsha's relationship, because that's how Kandi and Porsha fell out. Let's roll it back. Kandi and Porsha fell out because Shamia was telling Kandi everything that Porsha was doing to her. Kandi ingested that and started having beef with Porsha and started involving herself in their relationship. I'm glad she woke up and stepped out of that relationship. But that is what Shamia does. Shamia will never confront Porsha about her issues. She will just talk to everybody else about it because she wants them to fix her relationship with Porsha instead of doing the work. And I think that's what she did with Brit. And Brit's back was up against the wall and her and Shamia was fighting. And she decided to tell Porsha everything that Shamia said to her. And Porsha was just like, you absolutely did say that, Shamia, because she said to Brit word for word what Porsha had told Shamia that her therapist told her. Brit is a liar, but when her back is up against the wall, she will throw out some truth there to protect herself or to get somebody in her corner. And Shamia has been doing that all season. I just can't believe women at this age have relationships like this. This is so like sophomore year in college. Like this can be fixed and resolved if y'all just talk to each other. Let's go back to Miss Oakley. This foundation, this fundraiser that they had, was this a real thing or was it put on by production? Because the Charles Oakley Foundation, it was very slim in there. It seemed like it was put together in like 2 seconds. I felt like it wasn't real. It was something that was just put up to film, because if that is what the fundraisers look like, y'all not raising no money. Y'all, there's no way y'all could be raising money for that. There's no way you could be charging people for that or asking for people to donate to that. And it's just like the tablecloths didn't even match, nor were they pressed. So I'm like, what is going on with this? It just did not seem like this is something that was professionally put together. It just seemed like something that PAs did so that they could have a scene. And another reason why I don't think that this was a real fundraiser for them, I think that it was just a setup scene, because if this was your foundation, Miss Oakley, why would you bring that Craigslist actor that came to Waffles event screaming that your husband was cheating on you while mic'd up? Like, I don't know why y'all are not putting two and two together. If this guy had a mic, who do you think sent him? Like, it's not making sense. We got clear audio from this man and nobody else around him. He had a mic. You gotta start thinking. So she brings him to this event. She sits down and she tells all the ladies, and she's just like, well, I got something to tell y'all, and y'all won't believe me, but I just want to let y'all know that I done got down to it. And I know who's been talking about Charles. The rumor, it ain't true. While everybody's falling asleep, while she's trying to get this information out, Porsha is confused. Porsha's like, what? What's going on? What's that? Because Angela is taking forever. Get to the point. She's taking forever to talk about what is actually going on. But she brings this guy to her fundraiser, which is very weird. And the guy sits down and he's just like, well, I know a secret about somebody in this group. And everybody's like, who? They're all like, who are you talking about? What's happened? Everybody is confused. And he was just like, well, what I had said was a lie, but somebody paid me to do that. And all the ladies are just like, oh, paid who? What's going on? And he's just like, somebody in this group. And they're all like, who? Like, I don't know why it took forever to get to this point. And then he says, and Angela, say it, just tell them who it is. And he goes, Fedra. And Fedra's like, what? And everybody, when he said Fedra, everybody was just like, huh? Nobody believed this foolishness. And Angela's just like, well, somebody know you. They said that you paid. That makes absolutely no sense, Angela. Everybody was confused with the foolishness. And I could not believe that she went through all of this. Like, this was her big moment that didn't even become a big moment because Charles came over there with his old rickety angry self. He's like, get him out of here. Oh, get him out of here. He don't come here and mess up my thing. And she's like, Charles, stop, Charles. No, Charles, I did this, Charles. I will say this, when she's in distress, she speeds it up. She speeds it up. She does not give turtle when she is in distress. And she is screaming at the top of her lungs because this is some foolishness that she set up. It just does not make any sense. Nobody believes. And I'm like, this is the season finale? Yikes. Yeah, I'm scared for this show. I am scared for this show. I will say this, though. If she has some tea and she wanted to do an expose or expose somebody, I feel like she should have done it at another event. Not even at an event, set something up where the ladies all come over and invite that guy. To do this at your fundraiser, now this is what I'll say. If this was a real fundraiser and y'all invited me and I see that you are screaming, you and Charles are screaming, you're running after him, telling him to stop, you're pulling this guy, you're causing all of this mess at your fundraising event, I'm taking back my donation because I no longer trust you with my credit card information. Because if this is how you act, that lets me know that you don't have enough sense to be handling my money. I don't need the tax write-off that bad. It was completely unprofessional. It was such a failed stunt. And for this to be the finale, production should be embarrassed because it was that bad and it was so not believable. It was giving pilot episode where you don't have no money. The budget is extremely low because everybody is working for free and you just want to throw something out there to get people's attention and hoping that it sticks and show people what a show could do potentially. This is not a show 16 seasons in. This was horrible. And I agree with Porsha. Porsha was just like, because the producers who was doing her interview, they was just like, so what do you think? What do you think happened? And Porsha was like, what I think? Angela did this to herself. And I agree. This is just so weird, Angela. I really think she did this to herself. I will say this. Where is she? I know I have Fedra here somewhere. While I get her picture, Fedra was just like, I don't know why you think that I would do something like that to you. What is the reason? I have no reason, but I feel like you're probably doing this because you want to hide that all your homes are in foreclosure. And Angela was just like, that's not a secret. Now, everybody knows my homes are in foreclosure. No, everybody did not know. Everybody did not know. That's what we need to be talking about. Why are we dealing with the child and the cheat and the child? We already know. You're dating a legend, okay? A legend. He can get anybody that he wants. We already know what this is. Y'all, we already know what y'all lives is like when y'all date them wealthy men. We all know what y'all putting up with. We like the fact that you got a nice little bag and you live in a nice area. We love to see how cute you and that man look together. But we all know what y'all are enduring to be with those wealthy men. None of us are confused. We just don't hate because we think you guys look cute together, and we're so desperate to have black representation. We're not going to say anything about that relationship, but we know. We know what y'all are dealing with, those professional athletes. So I get you. Maybe you don't want to talk about that because you're still in this marriage, but maybe you can tell us like how bad the market is. Like we did one scene with you in your home, and you're just like, oh, let's foreclose, and I can't keep the home open. You can't keep the home open because you didn't put this Beverly Hills estate in the ghetto. Ain't nobody paying for that. Now, there might be some gentrifiers willing to do that, but in a different area. They're not going to do that in the open carry state. Foolish if they do. You better rent that out or Section 8 it, honey. So you'll be guaranteed to get your coin. Section 8 it, because right now we are diving deeper and deeper into a recession. You're not going to sell them homes. You're not going. You already lost one mother. Rent until the economy comes back. So the season finale was absolutely terrible. We started off the season with Porsha fake working out. We end with her fake working out, and it's just it just wasn't worth it. It just was, the whole season just was not good. And if they do come back, I think they may come back after a pause. Let's get into the reunion looks. This is the thing. I think this is cute, right? It's a little, I would take a little bit of the embellishments off. And Kelly always puts too much on her tiny frame. This is just too much going on for such a small person. I will say, and this is not an insult because it's one of my favorite movies, she's giving Fern Gully. She is giving Fern Gully, and that is a compliment. I actually like this. I thought she looked great, and I think it's because her skin was so moisturized. It looked so good next to this color. And I love me some sequins. I really liked it. I would have went for a different hairstyle than like a bob. This dress don't give me a bob. But I liked it. I thought Shamia looked cute. Oh, she looks like She-Ra. This is She-Ra. I don't know what Fedra was going for. I realized the theme is Grenada. Yeah, the theme is Grenada. Do they dress like this in Grenada? I don't know. They were calling her Xena Warrior Princess, but this was She-Ra. This was absolutely She-Ra. You know what? If she likes it, I hate it. Money well spent. I don't care what nobody says. If she ever drops the surgeons, I'm not saying I'm gonna get any work done, but I may take a consultation. Money well spent. Money well spent. I actually like that, like glass robotic bustier corset. I think that looks really good. I love her hair. That was a great advertisement for Go Naked Hair. Listen, she has the moral compass of a crocodile that's been starving for weeks. However, the girl is bad. Just bad. You gotta give it to her. You gotta give it to her. Everything, T, not just body, work, money well spent. I actually thought that Angela looked really cute. I thought this was a cute outfit. This was a really cute outfit on her. And maybe it's the makeup, Angela, but it's just, you skew so old. But this dress, I felt like was appropriate for her. She's a millennial. I can't believe it. The dress is cute for her age. I'm gonna move on. Let me move on. Black don't crack. Why is black cracking with this woman? Cynthia looks amazing. She just always looks amazing. I love this dress on her. You know what? She's giving Serena Williams. She looks like Serena right here. Beautiful. I loved it. I love the way this dress flowed. She looked really, really nice. Black women look good in chartreuse. Let's get into the reunion. Let's get into the reunion. I will say this about Shamia. Say whatever you want about her. Her first season and she get first chair. Your first season and you're sitting next to Andy. Give her that. Give her that. I said, well, you was ready. But this is what happens when you're prepared for your moment. She was absolutely prepared for that moment. And she took it. You go, girl. Brit not going to the reunion, but posting her reunion look. Boo. I hate when they do that. I don't care. I do not care. Kenya, I think she did her reunion look as well. I understand that, but it's just like if you had an opportunity to go to the reunion and you didn't, but you want to show us your reunion look, get out of my face. Move. Like, I don't care. You should have been there. You should have been there. All of this stuff, when you had the opportunity to go and you chose not to go, bye-bye. She ate that look up, though. She looked amazing. If she came, she would have had the best dress from me. She looked absolutely amazing. Out of everybody, I would say that showed up, I would just give it to Shamia. I just liked it a bit more. So Drew is just like, I don't know why Brit didn't show up because I wanted to talk to Brit because I want to know why she's suing me. I will say this, Drew, I will be a little concerned. I don't know how Brit was able to get Diddy's lawyers because that's not, no. Yes, Diddy's lawyers. I was going to say the defense. Diddy's lawyers, because her lawyers are amazing. They are amazing. They're going to get her some money. She might not get 20 million. She's going to get something nice. She's going to get a couple mil. She's going to get something nice from this lawsuit because them lawyers are not playing. What I was shocked about was when did Waffle and Porsha start beefing? Like, they just started going at it. I'm like, what did we miss? This is the thing. I'm telling you right now, I don't want to have to follow drama on your social medias or watch all the interviews that y'all do with these shock jocks. I don't care about that. If y'all, whatever y'all got going on, keep it on the show. Keep it on the show. Because when did Porsha and Waffles have beef? They start beefing with divorces. And she's like, no, Porsha, you did not have the same situation that I did. I was married for 11 years. You were married for 11 months. And Porsha's just like, okay, so my marriage don't matter then. Okay. What? Why are y'all fighting? What did I miss? Oh, I don't care about them interviews. Oh, because on the Breakfast Club, you said that. Oh, because you said that on the Jasmine brand. I don't care. You better put it on the damn show. I don't need to be investigating y'all social medias and y'all side interviews to figure out what's going on the season. Absolutely not. Bravo needs the gag order, y'all, to where y'all cannot talk about the show until the show is over. And then if any beef happens after the cameras drop, y'all need to give us a catch up on the first episode of the next season. I don't feel like doing all of this research to figure out why y'all beefing. I'm at the reunion. I'm looking just as confused as Cynthia. Because what is going on? When did y'all start beefing? I can't produce every show, Bravo. You got to work with me. You got to help me help you. This is ridiculous. Where is she at? Money well spent, liar. Money well spent, liar. That's why she got up and hugged Drew. And I don't want to do this. Let me just hug you. I don't want to fight with you because you were lying. Porsha was absolutely lying about that text she got from Dennis of Drew saying that she wanted to pay for studio time and puss. When does Porsha not ever produce a receipt? When she's lying. That never happened. She never read that Drew was trying to sleep with Dennis. If so, Porsha would have been put hands on her. That did not happen because all of a sudden when Andy asked her about it, she's just like, I don't have the text. And Drew was just like, oh, of course you don't. How convenient. Because how do you not have the text between you and your baby daddy? How do you not have that? And I think you probably don't have that because you two are about to rekindle a little something. Because the way she was talking about him, I'm like, it's giving pillow talk. And that is why. That is why. No shade. I don't date no man with no kids. At my big age, it's hard to find. I get it. I will remain single. I do not want to be with a man with children because I know that first baby mama got his heart and his ding-a-ling. And I will not be living in fear my entire relationship because I know the minute she want that fool back, she got him. And the only reason he with me is because the baby mama said no. The first one. That one, that's the Marie Antoinette of his life. Absolutely not. I will not. Porsha and Dennis, great example. Look at this game they play. Look at this game they play. Could you imagine you dating this man and he outside and his baby mama Rolls Royce and they having a heated argument about absolutely nothing? Now, I said I don't want you talking to her. And when you talk to her, you disrespect me. And I'm sitting there in the kitchen looking dumb, watching everything through the window. Nope. Won't be me. No shade, King. How many kids? Okay. You lost me at one. No shade. There are probably great men out there with children. They are not for me. They are not for me. Unless that first baby mother that went to glory and he was not responsible for her going to glory. Now we can talk. Because I know the only woman I can compete with is gone. I might have a chance. But that first baby mom. The power she has, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So Porsha was absolutely lying about that situation with Drew. The reason why she wanted to fix it with Drew is because Dennis wants to continue to work with Drew. And I believe that she didn't got back with Dennis. Or they trying to work on a little something. So she said, I just want to say something. You made that up. That's why you want to apologize. And instead of saying that you lied, you're going to say, I just want to move on. Because me and you, Drew, y'all never had any beef. That's what Drew was like. I'm going through a divorce. I'm glad that you're coming back. I'm thinking we're friends. And you're saying I'm trying to sleep with your baby daddy. She never apologized for that. But she got the apology out to crush the issue with Drew because Dennis said, shut that down. It's giving pillow talk. It's giving pillow talk. I will say this. Drew was right. Now, I agreed with her here, but she was just like, Porsha doesn't have a storyline because her storyline was supposed to be her divorce from Simon. And when Simon's lawyers sent her a gag order and told her she can't talk about the marriage, the divorce, and she couldn't film in their home, she didn't have a storyline. So Drew was just like, I was the one that she used to make a storyline because she didn't have one because the one that she came on this show with, she could not use. I agree with Drew. Because remember, in the intro, it was all about Porsha coming back and her divorce. All for us to not be able to talk about that divorce. And that is the reason why she was back. I agree with Drew. She used Drew as a storyline because she did not have one. I believe Shamia. Now, I know Porsha was just like, the girls had an alliance and that's why they had the issues. I believe Shamia. Shamia was just like, it's convenient that you're bringing up the alliance when you were in it. Porsha, you were absolutely in that alliance with Shamia. There's no way that Shamia is going to be in an alliance without Porsha. I would go as far to say that Porsha set that alliance up. Porsha set that alliance up, and then the alliance wasn't working in nobody's favor, so it all fell apart. And I think the alliance did not work out because Brit has a poor, terrible spirit. No shade, Brit. Maybe get a little bit of therapy. You are not nice. Like every conflict is because of you. Let's work on some things. Let's get healed and let's get healthy. But I think Brit broke that alliance up. She broke that alliance up. Just, fighting with everybody. How you going to be aligned with somebody that picks an argument with everyone, even the people they in an alliance with? So Shamia was telling the truth. I believe that Porsha was in that alliance. Now, let me tell you something, Waffles. I'm still going to come to your restaurant and try it because everybody says that you do make good breakfast, especially the waffles. So next time I'm in ATL, I will be trying. However, I'm a little concerned that you're living this lavish life, and the owners of your restaurants had to take you to court because you were about to get evicted. And you're talking about spending $1,000 on IV drips and spoiling your dog, but you're not paying your bills. That scares me. So I know when I go to your restaurant, I got to pay in cash. No shade. I don't want to give you my credit card number. You see what I'm saying? Because how are you living this lavish life and you're not paying $100K? How much is your rent in Atlanta, of all places? So you have not been paying for a very long time. And then it was just like, well, how did it get to $100K? Well, I had to pay $200,000 in legal fees. Oh, okay. So you had to pay $200,000 in legal fees. But you were planning all these events, wearing all this stuff, keeping up with the Joneses, donating all this money, and you didn't pay that. Like, how do you get to $100K? That to me is just poor business leadership, and that is very concerning as a customer. I will go to that restaurant and try it out. I will pay in cash. I'm concerned. I am absolutely concerned. I'm like, $100K, and they had to take you to court. And they did get a hefty sum. I have paid a hefty sum. She never said she paid the full amount. So you're still in debt for rent? I got a problem with spending before I get it. Oh my God, Miss Oakley. Andy doesn't even believe that Fedra is the one that hired that guy to come to Kelly's event and say that your husband is cheating. It doesn't make any sense. So Angela tried to explain it again. And Andy's just like, why do you think Fedra did this? Like, how I know that Andy doesn't believe this, because he was already frustrated when he asked the question. And I will say this, Fedra has had her messy moments, right? I don't think she would mess up this opportunity again, because she got fired from this show because she was spreading lies and rumors about somebody that got really, really dark. I don't think she would mess up that coin again. And I honestly think that not only did Bravo have a talking to her, I think it's a stipulation in her contract that she cannot do anything like that. And if so, they will terminate her immediately. I don't think she did it. I don't think that she hired this guy to go there and expose Charles. Why would Fedra do that? They never even really talk like that. For her to even like or dislike Angela, it doesn't make any sense. So Andy asked Angela, what is it? Angela just like, I got a folder. Can I try to get a folder? And Angela's like, okay, she got a folder. She opens the folder and she's just like, this is the picture of Fedra's family, and this is her brother, right? And so this is the lady. But here's another picture of the lady who told me that Fedra paid her to pay Junebug to tell this guy that Charles was cheating. And she here, she's in a picture with Fedra's, but you know him, Fedra. You know him, Fedra. Fedra was just like, that's my oldest brother. Yes, I know. That's my oldest brother. Yes, I know him. And she's like, exactly. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? Oh my God, this was the worst receipt. It made no sense. And it's like, Angela, I hope you did not do this to yourself. I really, really hope you did not do this to yourself, because this is embarrassing. Your own boss doesn't believe this. What? Whew, I don't understand. And another reason why I don't believe this is because the guy who went to the event with the guy that was mic'd up and said, here, toast if your husband ain't cheating on you. The guy that did that, Junebug, whoever Junebug hired him, the guy who went with him to the event, they worked at the same restaurant. So he put out a video. But first, I want you guys, because I have that video, but I first want you to watch the video with Angela and Carlos King. I didn't want to talk about it before because I was just like, Angela, this is a non-issue. When she made it such an issue, I was just like, okay, well, we kind of got to talk about it. So I'm going to share with you the video of Angela doing the interview with Carlos King, um, talking about this Fedra allegedly paying somebody.
You believe Fedra started this rumor that Charles is still cheating on you?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
And you know this because
of the person she used to start the rumor told me it was her.
do you believe this person telling the truth?
Yes, he had a lot to lose if he didn't. And it's just who he is and things that he done in his past. He didn't want to come to light. So I found out about it. And I was just like, you're going to tell me, what happened and who sent you. And he beat around the bush and he just said, I'm going to tell you. And he did tell us. And then there was just this connection to Athens, Georgia. I'm like, I've never met anybody from Athens, Georgia, ever. And I've been in Georgia 20 years. Never, never. And to be in a room with 4 people from Athens at the same time, I was just like, okay. But yeah, he did tell me, and I do 100% believe him. I do, because everything made sense. Like, your sister went to high school with her brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you come in this room and you don't know anybody here, but ironically, your sister went to high school with Phaedra's brother. I'm like, okay. So it was like, Angela, I told you the truth. And he did.
How did you feel about that once that was all discovered?
I was disappointed because I was told, get to know Phaedra. She's coming back. Get to know her. And I kind of looked to her for information. Like, tell me how this works. I'm new to reality TV. Tell me the inroads. Tell me the inside out. And, she was the source of information. So for that to happen, I was just like, yeah, it was a breach of trust. And, I didn't appreciate that at all. And it's like, why? The truth is so much better than fiction. Like, why do you have to lie on my husband?
Boy, a lie don't care who tell it. I told
I forgot to cut the girl out. But her page is up there if you want to go see the whole thing. I will say this. I think it's absolutely ridiculous for Angela to say that Phaedra's brother went to high school with the sister of the guy who came on the show and told the rumor, without even acknowledging why he was mic'd. Like, that didn't make any sense to you. Especially, I can get that you felt that way in the moment or later on, but watching the show, you do know that guy is mic'd. He was obviously there because of production. Like, what are we talking about? And then your receipt is they went to that the girl went to high school with Paige's brother. I'm sorry, I'm from Philly. My family is huge. I know everybody, and everybody is connected to me. There is nobody in Philadelphia I do not know, no matter the race. I have a huge family. We in every sect, Mount Airy, East Upso, even Chestnut Hill. I got some bougie family members. North Philly, West Philly, South Philly, everywhere. Everybody, my family went to high school with everybody. Everybody know each other. That's why I don't date in that city. I gotta go to New York if I'm trying to get a bae, because I will probably be dating a cousin. Like, and then you go from a huge city like Philly to Athens, Georgia, that's so freaking small. Like, what are we talking about? That is your receipt? Everybody in that freaking town know each other and are probably related. What are you talking about? If she would have had text something, it did not make any sense. It was very obvious that guy was trying to get on the show, and here is why I think that. The guy who was with him posted a video and was just like, I don't know why that guy is talking like this, because that is what he's saying on the show. That is not how it happened. Let me bring up the video.
Since people keep asking me what really happened, here is what happened from my point of view. This is not to vindicate anybody. This is not to indicate that anybody did anything in particular for any malicious reasons or gain. This is just what happened specifically from my point of view. So as you guys know, I was working at this restaurant and Marcus is my boss. I started working at the restaurant early May, and about 3 weeks into May, I get to work one day. It's a normal day, and there's all of a sudden all of this commotion from all the guys in the kitchen about the fact that there's some retired NBA legend that is dining there. I don't follow the NBA, don't really care about the NBA, and with this man being retired, that's clearly before my time. Don't know who he is. This man and this very attractive, much younger woman sit down, they sit on the same side of the booth, they, share off of each other's plates, they're very engaged in one another's company, they've shared out of the same drinking cup, so it's like, it was just giving date night energy. However, they eat, they pay, they leave, boom, that's it. Fast forward 4 months later, and Marcus asked me if I want to go to an event. He goes, hey, this is going to be this event. It's for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's going to be filmed. You've got an RSVP, so send me your email. I send my email, and boom, I get this. I get the response. I'm invited. You've been selected, whatever you want to call it. I'm there. So, again, we're now in August, and we are at this Williams-Sonoma event. I'm just here to get a little chicken and waffle, drink this mimosa, and watch the Housewives kind of go back and forth. Of course I was excited. I'm a fan of the show. Who doesn't love the Real Housewives? So, I was excited to go. So, I'm in the background. I'm eating my chicken and waffle. I'm watching them. It was kind of boring. I'm just, I'm there. I'm there enjoying the event. As we're there, I'm not familiar with the newbies. So Marcus is like, oh, obviously this one's Kelly because it's her event. And then he brings out Angela and Charles. He's like, that one at the end is Angela. And as he's sitting here telling me about her, he's trying to jog my memory about 4 months prior when we were in the restaurant and the NBA legend had came in. And it's like, I'm like, oh, okay. But again, since I don't follow basketball, it doesn't really dawn on me like, oh, that's the same guy. And then Marcus kind of pieces it together for me. So boom, I go to the bathroom. This is still at the event. I go use the restroom. And when I'm coming back from the restroom, as I walk back into Williams-Sonoma, Marcus is up to Angela talking to her, which is what you guys see on the show when he is telling her your husband's been into the restaurant with a different woman. So of course, I'm still standing in the background. He walks back over and I'm like, what was that all about? And then he proceeds to tell me, the whole, oh, I just went and told her about her husband. And I'm like, I beg your pardon? He was like, yeah, I did, but I don't know if she really heard it or received it. So he was like, I need to make sure she knows what I'm talking about. And I'm like, Marcus, what? That's when this moment happens where he makes the cheers. As you can see, I am visibly gagged. Mouth open, shocked, and gagged like the rest of the guests because, I'm sorry, what? Did not know that was about to happen. I was completely caught off guard like everybody else, like just gagged. So after the whole stunt, Marcus is thrown out of the event. I continue to shop. I bought some of her products. I took a photo and I enjoyed the evening. It was over, so I thought. And I leave. So now it's the next day after the event, and I am at the restaurant working, and Marcus is there as well. I'm standing in front of the restaurant, and I'm at the host stand. It's a slow day at the moment, and the phone rings. The hostess answers the phone. Thank you for calling. How can I help you? And she then looks over and she goes, hey, Marcus, there's a woman by the name of Drew Sidora on the phone, and she would like to speak to you. So, of course, me and Marcus lock eyes from across the restaurant. Here I am, visibly gagged again, because why is Drew calling? What does Drew want? What's about to happen now? So, Marcus gets on the phone with Drew, and basically, Drew is just like, how are you going to come to my event? How are you going to come to this event and drop all that piping hot tea without getting my number afterwards so I can get the behind the scenes details? So Marcus and Drew exchange numbers. They have a whole back and forth for a couple of days. Or maybe for a day or so, but essentially, Drew just invites Marcus to go and have coffee with her. So after Marcus gets the invite to go have coffee with Drew, he was like, well, you have to come with me because I need you to be my receipt. I need you to tell people what you saw since you were there that day as well. So now at this point, we have also had a producer reach out in an attempt to get security camera footage from the restaurant of our good old friend Charles and the woman that he was with. So at this point, I'm starting to feel bad because it's like I didn't come to this person's event to do any of this. So I go and I look up Angela Oakley and I DM her after the event to try to kind of warn her on what I feel like is production trying to set up Angela and her marriage. As you can see here, I felt bad. I didn't even want to be in any of this. So I reached out to be like, hey, this is what I think is happening. In the exchange of our back and forth, it pretty much ended with, I feel like, her thinking that I was trying to just get a moment. And I'm like, girl, no, I'm not trying to get a moment. I'm trying to help you. I've already got my own moment elsewhere. This is not for me. This is for you. I'm just trying to warn you because I think they're trying to set you up in your moment. However, the day comes, I go to the coffee shop to sit down, and lo and behold, Angela is there. And the first thing I say, and of course you guys don't see the scene, but the first thing I say is, actually I'm glad Angela is here because I thought Drew was being messy trying to get to your marriage. And I said, and first of all, I'm not even here to say that your man is cheating. However, this is just simply what happened the day that he was in the restaurant. And I shared the same details with her. The optics of the situation just didn't look good if he is indeed married to, somebody else. That's all there was to it. I was not being messy. I won't try to be messy. Again, I'm not trying to be on TV. I'm already on TV, so it's not like I was trying to get on a TV show. So it was just, that was just it.
So either it's production or Angela. Fedra is nowhere in this mess. Nowhere in this mess. And for that guy to tell Angela all of this and she still tried to make it Phaedra, even though production reached out to them. Excuse me. What is going on? It just does not make any sense. And I just hope this whole thing is dies or is debunked because it doesn't make any sense. Phaedra, this entire explanation of it from somebody who was actually there, Phaedra is not anywhere involved. Now, Drew and Miss Oakley are in production. No Phaedra. It's so weird. And for Angela to bring up, oh, you have history. Yes, we know that. How is she involved? And it seems like to me, this is probably something that Angela is doing. And because of Porsha, because of Phaedra's history, she's an easy mark. And if it's found out that this is her, yikes. That's all I have to say about this season, this episode. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. I'm going to start off with my first super chat. And that is from Always Priceless. Thank you so much. Always Priceless said, Nikki, do the Angela voice for when she was yelling, no, child, trust me. Trust me, child, listen. I was like, oh, she can pick up the bass. Thank you so much, Always Prices, for the super chat. OMG. This was so ridiculous. I was like, Angela, this don't make no sense. Now, Phaedra is messy, but let it stick. None of this is going to stick. It does not make any sense. The whole cast confused. Yes, the Housewives reviews are back. Mama Star and I are doing Bachelor in Paradise tomorrow. I have a recorded review of 90 Day Fiancé: The Hunt for Love, but that'll premiere tomorrow night. I also have a vlog that's going up tomorrow afternoon. So Tuesday is a lot. There's a lot going on for Tuesday. And that's it. Like, I got 3 things going on Tuesday, 2 on this channel and 1 on my home channel. I don't know about any other shows for the rest of the week. Y'all let me know. The reviews are back, not the Housewives, child. Hannah said, hi, I'm still feeling happy from yesterday's Love Island episode. Oh, thank you for being here. Kaylee said, we are free from the shackles of Love Island, but I'm going to miss it too. I'm not in the miss it phase. I'm so glad it's over. Hey, Mama Star. Mama Star said, hi, Star family. Mama Star is here for the review. I hope everyone is having fantastic day. Oh, yeah, that's what she meant. Thank you, Mom. Spency said, Nikki, did you watch B? Oh, no, that's another one I have to talk about. I don't know. Do you guys, how many of you have watched it? If a lot of you have watched it, I'll do a live. If not, I'm going to do a recorded review. I forgot about that. I fell asleep in my makeup and everything. Fell asleep, had to wake up and rush to the airport. My God, today. My God. Miami, it is triggering, child. Triggering. Sarah said, Nikki, are you doing Bachelor in Paradise? Yes, tomorrow afternoon with Mama Star. Paula Girl said, Real Housewives of Miami, Julia needs a reckoning, winch. She's not coming back to the show. Allegedly from Martina. Good. Hey, Caroline. Caroline, how are you? Hey, Rocky. Rocky said, hey, Nikki, hey, Star fam, my takeaway from this reunion was everybody's a liar. I agree. Mari said, this season has been hurting bad. It really has. It's lost the plot. It was not a good watch. Oh, really, Lavender Girl? Oh, God, is that bad? I don't know where they're going to go. Me and my little sister were talking about it yesterday, and it was just, we came to the consensus that the only way for that to work is for Nene to come back. I know some people don't want it, but I'm like, what are they going to do? Unfortunately, that show was made around this one iconic person. And it's like, without her, it doesn't work. Hey, Greta, thank you for being here. Mari said, Real Housewives of Atlanta has always been good overall. It needs to be saved. I think, again, like I said before, with it being the first Black franchise for Bravo, I think it's going to continue to be on life support, like the Real Housewives of Orange County, until they get it right. But I don't know if I'm going to stick with the show until they get it right, because this was a hard watch. E for Empathy said, I'm just confused by Angela. I don't think Phaedra did it. Nobody thinks that. Not even Angela. My mom said, hi, the name. I'm going to stop asking. Mama Star says, hi, Star family. I'm so glad that all of you are here today. Miss you all. I miss Love Island. She really does. She talked my head off about Nick and Alondria all day. And I don't know how she's finding all of this information on them, but she's seen Alondria at the airport. She's seen Nick carrying her bag. She's like, he has her bags. Alondria doesn't have her luggage. Nick has it. And I'm like, Mom, it's time to put the phone down. Nick Alondria Hive, we have to take a break. It's getting scary. Vaca said, it would be okay if they got rid of Atlanta. I don't think they will. I do not think they will. Hannah said, the Housewives is way too overproduced now. The realness we had before is missing because the older newbies know the cheat code. I agree. Hey, Santino. Santino said, ooh, this episode was a mess. Nobody up on the couch couldn't get their stories together. Disappointed. Brit wasn't there. They had to drag Cynthia out because the couch looked empty. It was a mess. Oliver Girl said, that's right. The Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion was liars lying their teeth off. Absolutely. Trying to make something interesting, I believe. Mama Star said, hi, Star family. I want to leave this disclaimer to let you guys know that Nikki.Star and family absolutely adore you guys, and Nikki comes on here for enjoyment and to have fun. Thank you, Mom. Did anything happen in the chat? Mari said, until Cynthia showed up, she should just be out there the whole time. Well, they had to Is something going on in the chat? Mom, why are you putting out this PSA? I don't see it. It was weird. It was weird. And it looked like Cynthia wasn't ready to go out there just yet. She probably had her house shoes on, her feet up, watching the show, eating, wig off, laying on the side of the table. And they probably rushed to her dressing room. It's just like, Brit's not coming. We got to throw you out there. Mari said, I feel for Angela in those houses. That is stressful. Oh, absolutely. When you put all your money into something, especially his money, you know how the professional athletes are about that coin, child. They don't play that. And then to lose such a huge investment, crazy work. Oh, back on my Olipop. Always Prices said, my tinfoil hat theory is that she joined the show as a means to clear debts and get that divorce, because what is up with that man she brought to her event during the finale? Yeah, it's a scheme that Angela set up to get out of that marriage. Kaylee said Angela was good for the Reeds, but the show also magnified their problems, from the husband to the relationship with their kids. My thing is, he's so old. What are you doing cheating? At some point, you gotta stay home. Silk said in her Carlos King interview, she said Charles was cheating on her in the early months of their marriage, and she had to get him to be. E for Empathy said they do say that people go on Housewives to divorce, so who knows? Yeah. Yep. Paula Girl said no, Nikki. Charles got her on the road. Oh my God, it is giving Camille Grammer. Yikes. Mari said, oh, other than Brit, I didn't mind the newbies. I gave it up to a big cash shift at the editing, but I don't know. Yeah, Angela didn't work for me. I like Waffles. I think that she was cool. Brit was just, she was just nasty. It was hard watching her because she was not nice. It was just like, you got to get along with somebody to make this show work. And then it would be like such a minor little disagreement, and she would go for the jugular. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. We're not there yet. Chillax. She wasn't enjoyable. Rocky said, I knew the reunion was a dud when they started talking about Cynthia's lady. She did. I think the cringe is because she tries too hard, and she doesn't need to. But that comes from just like being hyper aware that people are watching. It's giving Love Island. Rocky said, and then Brit posting her unused reunion look. Girl, you didn't show up. We don't like, it's just a waste. It's a waste of hair and makeup. Always Prices said, money doesn't buy you class. Elegance is learned. I found more elegant fits on She and Chow. Kaylee said, outfits aren't ever good. The only one who dresses good is Porsha and maybe Brit. I really like New York, but I just feel like with the New York reunion, it's New York. Everybody got style. Everybody is fly. It's just in that city. And you can find a good outfit anywhere in New York. Mari said, too much time this season on the weird Drew Porsha drama. And there was no good storylines this season. Jazzy said, ATL is gaudy and Nuevo rich. They dress very interesting there. I'll give you that. Rayel said, Jazzy go. You have it right about ATL. Not tacky. Eva Ripley said, Brit does way too much, but that's kind of what Shamia gets for talking too much. She loves to throw grenades, though. I hate that. Yes. The N and the H said, and Shamia and Porsha aren't really friends, just friends by proximity. But I'm just like, y'all have been friends since y'all were children. Y'all gonna throw that relationship away over the show? You weren't really friends. If it can end that easily at your big age, yikes. Pepe said, hey, y'all, I didn't keep up with this season, but just wanted to be in the chat because I'm having withdrawals. Oh, thank you for being here. Makeup Addict said, thank you for going live tonight. I just got hit with the hey boo text from my hair braider the night before my appointment, and I needed to de-stress. Oh, don't go back. Thank you for being here, Makeup Addict. Always Prices said, literally looked like a thrown together scene. It was a mess. Okay, Paulo Girl said the foundation is real, but not this one filmed. I agree. It looks so thrown together. Angela's weirdo self used it as an excuse to make a scene. I do agree. He had a mic. Like, what are we doing? Either you're too dense to know the production did that, or it was you. It was you. Even Anthony said, I'm sorry, but I did not believe Phaedra did it. I don't think she's that dumb. She told Angela this dude's full name. Why would she out herself so obviously? It doesn't make sense. Mama Star said the Oakley Foundation fundraiser probably was a setup for the show because they only asked for $50,000. It didn't make any sense. Why did they honor Porsha? It wasn't real. That at least that event. Mari said Charles is not having any of that at the event. I had to give Angela a side eye for letting that man in there. It was weird. It was, if you're doing that at your fundraiser, that's very odd. Kaylee said she played the who done it at the fundraiser. Your own fundraiser, your setup, weird. Weird. Always Prices said, wait, don't skip over how Charles almost put the paws on the man. Everybody was confused. Genuinely, nobody was faking confusion. They were like, what are you talking about? Eva Empathy said, and apparently this man told her multiple people did it, but Angela is sticking with Phaedra as a culprit because he related to someone that knows Phaedra's brother. Because at first he said it was Kelly. And Kelly was like, me? What do you mean? Like, it just, like, girl, it doesn't make sense. Mari said, the thing is, Faye could have done shady stuff like that before, so maybe she was an easy pick. The whole thing was weird. I agree. The NNH said that messy man was on an episode of You, Me, and My Ex. Oh, he was not just on the episode. He was one of the people they followed. He was messy on there too, fighting at the baby shower. His baby shower. Ciao. What? Even Pedro was just like, oh, Godfather. Always practice that. Angela definitely set that up. Trying to produce a scene. It makes zero sense for Phaedra to go out of her way for this mess, and she only filmed for 10 days. That's what Phaedra said. Phaedra's just like, I just got here. And why would I don't understand. Well, girl, what you talking about? Like, it just did not make sense. And I think Angela absolutely set it up. Eva Empathy said, yes, and Phaedra's already contracted to be there next season. So why would she need to do anything? Thank you. Paula Girl said, there's proof out there on social media showing Angela's fingerprints all over that setup. It's mighty convincing. And even without that, I feel like she did it. It doesn't make sense. Kaylee said to set this up on herself. Why? To secure next season. It's her first season. She got to go out with a stunt so that they can want to cover her even more for next season. I try. Kaylee said, I thought we knew about them houses because everyone she walked into hasn't been sold and they seem to be in debt. Yes, and that's why I believe that she would make up this drama so that she can get this Bravo check to hold them down or pay off some debts so she can keep these homes. I'm just like, rent it. Just rent it for a year until the economy comes back. Roni, hey, Roni said, OMG, I'm late. Let me catch up on this review. Hey, y'all. Hey. Yeah, she's too small. And she does not know how to dress for her height. I'm like, you have this team, and they are dressing you improperly and also telling your business. Everything is such a mess. Can you believe it, Mama? Porsha. Wow. It did swallow her a bit. I think she took off some of the embellishment. It would have looked cute. She was giving Fern Gully. I liked it on her. I think it really complimented her hair. I mean, her skin. The bob just wasn't it. Why did Phaedra do that? Miss Brown Sugar said, I thought she meant that the home she purchased to flip, not where Angela and Charles live. Yes, that's what I was talking about. I apologize for any confusion. And the thing is, business foreclosure is not as big as a deal similar to business bankruptcies. True. Ashley said, I don't care what the thing was supposed to be. She looked crazy. She did. Chop. Where did she see that at the Job Festival? Because that was not jab. It wasn't. It was none of them gave it. Now it did give Poseidon. Make us say we don't trust like She said, "Don't put that on us." Money well spent. Money well spent. Oh, Alondria ate them all up with that regal look. Always Price said, "The way I would be at the office with my gown open to the front, getting drawn on Porsha, who was the. I would be there just for a consultation, just to see, because that's some good work, especially when the show did a throwback of what she used to look like, and at the reunion, I was like, that's some, like, nobody has ever convinced me of plastic surgery aside from Porsha. Her and Lindsay Lohan, only those two people. I'm like, wow, this is some great work. I don't know what I would do, but I would just go to her surgeon and be like, let me know. What do you think? I trust your eye and your hand. Definitely. Jazzy Go said, "At this point, I'm just waiting for the Salt Lake to return. They are the only one given." Oh, Orange County isn't good? Miss Brown Sugar said, "The dark hair was a much better contrast for the ladies. Color theme and the blonde on the gold on the. It was too much. It's too much." Hannah said, "Loved it, but would have been better with another hairstyle." Are we talking about Shamia or Drew? Kaylee says, "Cynthia said she's a friend of and she's not doing anything." I agree. Unless Nene comes back, just let her be the friend of. Rocky said, "Kelly's dress was messy. I like Shamia's look. Phaedra looked an absolute fool. Portia was best dressed. Angela looked good. Cynthia was there. Her dress was yellow. Drew looked a mess." Well, she's going through a lot. Drew ain't never had it with them looks. I don't know why. What is going on? At this point, if you have to, fly in your stylist from New York or LA. Please. Please. Look at my mom being messy. I'm not sure, but I remember we covered I think they did. And I feel like the fact that we haven't heard anything is because they're probably in mediation. Ciao. Weird. What did we miss? I mean, I could see that, but I'm like, where is this beef all of a sudden? It was just weird. But then they were cool. It was like that one episode, and then they moved on. I'm like, y'all beefing? Well, where the hell have we been? The end of the age said, "I think Kelly was just nice because of Shamia, and now they ain't cool. So what's up?" Probably. Probably. Eva Empty said, "Hey y'all, we are back. Let's get the likes up for our girl. Please make sure you like this video." Absolutely fake. Absolutely fake. Because if they continue to talk about it, she will look like the liar that she is on this situation. Because she has no receipts of that. No receipts of Drew saying that she wants to pay for studio time and plus. That's a big allegation. Show the proof. And Drew has been saying that. Show it. If you got it, show it. And that's how I know Porsha is lying. Because you mean you're not going to show it? You talk to that man every day, but you're not going to show it? Okay. That's because y'all shacking up again. Rayel said, "Brit was definitely channeling Nikki at the AMAs with Miley with that look. She looked cute." E for Empathy said, "Porsha was definitely lying, but I'm happy she just let it go. At least she's not pulling the Beverly Hills. I'll eat my words if she brings it up later this season, though." Child, I hope they leave. Every issue that they had this season, I hope they leave it. Don't bring it next season. It all flopped. Always Prices said, "The only reason I stay with my ex is because his ex-wife passed on." Sad to say, but it's true. If she's no longer on this planet, then let's give it a go. And he only had one little girl. Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way. He will always love that first one. It's something, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I'm never gonna find out. It won't be me. It won't be me. Toxic. And they're gonna be like that their entire lives, just bouncing back. Bouncing back. The Dear Show podcast said, "Oh my God, I missed your housewife reviews. I was cracking up over here. Thank you for being here. Always prices that my current baby mom lives in DC. We live in Texas, and they communicate via court mediator. We're gonna see what happens. I will keep you in my prayers." Wynn said, "I missed this show too. I don't know what now every night. Aw, y'all have the Love Island withdrawals." Rocky said, "Porsha and Dennis are absolutely still sleeping together and yearning each other." Yep. There's no chance for any other woman. Nope, not at all. And the only reason why he's not with her is because Porsha tried to beat up his mother. If she didn't try to beat that mom up, they would work it out. They will work it out. Hannah said, "Porsha really should seek help with the way she lies so much. She gets away with it." He sure did. While they were filming, so they had to address it. They had to, I think in her first confessional, they had to talk about it because she couldn't talk about that divorce. And that's why she was back on the show. Kaylee said, "Simon says you don't have no storyline, a rehearsed read, but a read nonetheless." Absolutely. Hey, Tiny, thank you for being here. The Internet said, "Porsha always likes to act dumb when things go sideways." Absolutely. Yes. Now, she lies all the time, but when she's at war, she's going to drop some stuff that somebody told her. She's going to drop some stuff that she heard. Absolutely. And that was the problem with her on this show. She was always ready to burn it down. I'm like, you don't want to, there's a level. There's levels to this. You don't go there right away. Before you get to burning it down, there's a few steps that you have to go through to get there. Brit is ready to burn it down every time. Kelly hosted a lunch for her at her home for everybody to love on her because of what Kenya did. Brit got in a fight with everybody there. And it was like, hold on, we came here for you. Why are you cussing us out? It's just like she's immediately nasty. And that's not normal. That is not normal. Kaylee said, "Waffles can't afford anything. I know the divorce case was a lot of money, but that's the thing. Like, I'm sorry. The way she was so nonchalant about not paying her rent up to $100K and they had to sue her. They had to take her to court to get the money. That is, I don't know. For me, I'm like, you do not know how to do business. That's terrible. That's terrible. But you're showing us your life. You're not showing us that you got to go to court because you're about to get evicted from this property. And it's preventable. That's the thing that got me. She didn't have to be there. It is preventable. That's something about that is real sloppy for me. And I'm like, If you are willing to allow yourself to be taken to court so that you can pay your rent up to $100K, then why wouldn't I think that you would do credit card scamming? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, if you won't do that, then you might just do this. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to the restaurant. I'm paying in cash. I'm not even doing Apple Pay. Nasty and preventable. How much is that rent in Atlanta? It can't be. I think it's a substantial number. It ain't LA prices. No way. $100K. That's a lot of months she didn't pay. Hannah said Kelly was too focused on showing off to the ladies. Yes. And just so nonchalant when Andy asked her, "Why didn't you pay?" "Well, I had $200K in court fees to pay for a divorce." Kelly, what? That don't make sense. That does not make sense. E for Empathy said, "I get glam, but the videographer and photographer, security, This is the thing. These people go broke stunting for this show. That's exactly what it gives. That's exactly what it gives. Miss Hillary said she can't pay like she by Sheree. Porsha like her or not, Porsha bills are paid. Always. Always. It doesn't need to be. It didn't even need to be an hour. Hannah said her glam team couldn't even dress her well. She didn't need a team. She didn't. She did not need it at all. It's just like I don't know, the way she does stuff is just like, this is not. I thought she was like a business, a powerhouse, and then the way she talked about not paying her rent, I was like, oh, this is a terrible excuse. She's not. And the show will not allow her to do that because of that incident. The Real Housewives of Atlanta has never been the same. They haven't recovered from that. So to bring her back with her being the liability that she is, it's absolutely in her contract what she can and cannot do. Exactly. To Angela of all people. It doesn't make sense. Miss Hillary said, and Andy was questioning Oakley like a prosecutor. I was like, oh, Angela, this looks bad. Yes, because he knows that it's a lie. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. All that lying. And I got the receipt. You want mommy hit the phone? Because you know how right girl, what? Like, this does not make sense, Angela. I'm sorry. Tamara said, why pay for glam teens and dog grooming when you can't pay for your business? You're a single mom of 4 girls. Pay that rent so you can get that money. When you can't pay your bills, the dog does not care about the eyelashes or the dye job. I wish she would have never said that because I was like, Now I'm looking at you sideways. Tiny said, Angela set up a weird scheme of her own and it boomed. It's so sad she did all that instead of ignoring it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's either Angela and production working together, or it's production working against Angela and she don't want to believe it. Whatever it is, it ain't Fedra. That's all I know. I'm like, I get if that's what you thought in the moment. I get if that's what you thought as the season continued to film. When you watched it back and you saw that man was mic'd. How the hell he get a mic, Angela? He's the only one out of everybody? No, none of the other day players got a mic. It was the cast, Charles, and this man. It doesn't make sense that Phaedra would do that. E for Empathy said, Junebug could be anybody. I know I got a cousin we call Junebug. So I was with Porsha. Who's Junebug? Absolutely. I got a Junebug. That was a very popular name back in the 80s for some reason. It was terrible. Kaylee said she definitely dragging this out because this is the blimp in your whole season. It doesn't make sense. E for Empathy said, but this man told her it was Kelly at one point in a different person, but Angela wanted it to be for some reason. Because you have history. So I know that that's something that you would do. And everybody's looking at Angela like, this don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Miss Hillary said, he was looking at Angela like, girl, please hang it up, flat screen. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Ashley said, never in your life met someone from Athens. Like, come on. Spency said, this is so weird. Like, girl, there are plenty of people from there. And your receipt is that the lady who paid Junebug to pay this man went to school with Phaedra's brother in Athens? Okay. Ridiculous. Pollard said, this stupid scheme tells me that Charles cheating rumor is true. Angela panicked and picked low-hanging fruit, aka Phaedra, rookie. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Tamara said, Angela just found a guy that went to school with Phaedra's family to participate in this scheme. Yes, it doesn't make sense. The Dare Show podcast said, I kind of feel like Phaedra is behind it. Angela just can't. This is the thing. She's had this entire time to prove it. No receipts on Carlos King. She brings the receipts to the show. It's nothing. And the people who were actually there, the guy who was there says, this is what's happened. He was there when Charles was in a restaurant. He was invited to go to the event with Marcus. He has no reason to protect Phaedra. He don't know her. It doesn't make sense. Yes, they're all connected. Thank you. Paulo said if Athens is the connection that Needy is a suspect to. Yep. Everybody in Athens is trying to tear Angela's marriage apart, but Charles. He the only one. I can't believe his old behind is cheating. Are you kidding? This is what you want to do in your old years? You got a head full of gray hair. And you're slinging peen? Elderly peen at that? I can't. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Miss Hillary said, Angela looked a plumb fool trying to explain this mess through her clenched teeth. None of it made sense. Mari said, I wouldn't be shocked if Charles is cheating, but I wish they would get an actual storyline instead of trying to dig up stuff on each other. Like, find other things to talk about. I agree. Hey, Brian. Brian said, NikkiStar TV, he was on that TLC show. Yes, You, Me, and My Ex. He was with that woman and had a baby with her, but his ex-boyfriend was still in the picture. Yep. It was a good show. I reviewed it. Tamara said, if someone accuses me of something, I would just say, I did not do it. Never. Phaedra, blah, blah, blah. I think she was just caught off guard. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Give me shelter said, I put notifications on and it still didn't come through. Hi, NikkiStar, Mama Star and Star fam. You know what? I didn't get a notification either. And it's my show. Rael said, the thing about Angela, I always had a somewhat off feeling about her. So I don't get too excited about her. I won't say she's not exciting, but she's just so low energy. And it's too low energy to hold a TV show. The NNH said, yeah, they shouldn't have picked people that have been on reality TV or people who desperately want to make a moment on this show. Because Marcus absolutely wanted the moment. Kaylee said, all I can say is this is the scheme that Todd set up. Probably. I don't know what Drew's involvement was other than I think that she was probably trying to help Angela. E for Empathy said, Candy getting her back. Does Angela know her? Who is Candy getting back? I don't know why. It either has to be... Here's the thing. If Angela didn't put her up to it, then production put her up to it so that she can drop the receipts or something like that. It's just weird. And they were absolutely being messy. Paula Girl said, Drew's been playing Angela's minion the entire season. So that's probably what it is. One or the other. But it's not Phaedra. It's not Phaedra. Paula Girl said, it's Angela. Production went in on a mess according to this guy's receipts. That's what it seems like. Tiny said, the truth is Charles was comfy with someone and she could have just pretended it wasn't her daughter on a father-daughter date and kept it moving or not even giving it any weight. Not at all. The NNH said, I feel production got to the other friend and maybe told them to elaborate, and this is how you get Phaedra inserted into the storyline to make it more interesting. Yeah, probably. Please like the video, Star fam. E for Empathy said, Phaedra is messy, but I genuinely don't think that she's that dumb. I agree. She told Angela that man's name because everybody knows everybody. Always Prices that Beyond the Villa gave boring revamp of The Hills. Oh, God. Mari said, I can't do Beyond the Villa, can't do Leah, watching The Bachelor in Paradise. Okay. Oh, Lord. Oh, some people like Beyond the Villa. E for Empathy, I watched it. It was actually good. I missed them on my screen. Okay. We will see. Kaylee said, I'm not watching Beyond the Villa. I'll be watching the review. Okay. Thank you. Patriarch said Martina has been very problematic on Twitter. I'm not surprised. Spency said, sidebar, I just saw Uma from Love Island, UK, that left with her man. A bombshell is in, oh, they're both bombshells, is engaged to the guy she left with. The white guy who looks black. He does not look. Y'all are messy. Yeah, my sister showed me. I was like, oh, they're the real deal. Okay. They do. It's time. RI said Nene isn't the same. They will need to rebuild the entire cast off of chemistry. Yes. But the thing is, they don't audition anymore. If I were them, I would film a fake season and just call it a chemistry season just to see what I'll put the show on pause and I would film a chemistry season. And if there's enough good content, then I would make it a real season. Excuse me, but the show's in trouble. Tiny said the show worked. Brit should have attended the reunion, even if to say nothing on the Kenya mess. I agree. Give Me Shelter said, I'm down one show, Salt Lake City. If they fell, I'm getting rid of Bravo and Peacock. I'm bored and annoyed with the franchise. I'm not making it to the 20th season of any of these shows at this point. I agree. There was nothing in part one. So what are we going to talk about in part two? The NNA said, I definitely thought of Camille and Kelsey when I first saw Angela and Charles. Listen, that could be the setup. Ephraim said Brit would bring a rocket launcher to a sword fight. Yep. And it would be at a time of peace. Tiny said Brit was being isolated and Fedra pulled her in, hence the shift the last few episodes. I just feel like Phaedra was just trying to meet everybody because she just got there. Lavender Girl said, I wish Kenya didn't sabotage herself. She was one of my all-time faves to watch, and she would have been great on this season had she not done that to herself. We absolutely needed her. Paloma Girl said, not the cabaret countess. Thank you. I am going to her show this year. I'm trying to go to the show in New York for my birthday. But if not, if I can't make it to that one, I'm going to make it at some point because I heard that it is a drunken mess, but it's fun. Ephraim said, I'm still tripping that Kenya let Brit be the one to take her down. Like, what happened? It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. What did Mama Star say? Y'all agreeing with her. My mom said Angela may be trying to get tapes on Charles so when she files for divorce, she can... Never thought about that. Kaylee said, true, she was already doing so well. I don't know why she thought she had to do all of this. Agreed, but I think it was to secure a next season. So you guys agree with my mom. You think she's plotting. Ciao. Tamara said, I think Kylie Jenner has the blessed. Really? I've seen it without the filters. Y'all got to see, this is the thing. I live in LA. Y'all got to see them people without the filters. They don't look like that. Now, Porsha, she looked like that. Lindsay, she looked like that. She looked like that. Oh, God, for who? E for empathy? Oh, Lord. Miss Sheikah says, Cynthia is always my favorite, the reunion, but I didn't like her makeup. Maybe it was the lighting. I think she was rushed to get out there because Brit was supposed to be out there. We weren't supposed to see Cynthia until part 2 of the reunion. So she wasn't ready. She was rushed. Give Me Shelter said, I couldn't get past the season premiere of OC and deleted the weekly recording. They're all going after... yeah. Wow. What is going on? We are in Trump's America, child. Tiny said, word on the street, Brit was offered a season 17 contract. I don't believe it. I don't, especially if she's suing the show. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me tell you something. The way he is treating his ex-wife is very scary. And I'm just like, bravo, get a hold of that man. Because if he does anything to her, it's going to be a bad look for this show. His actions are very concerning. Hey, Queenly, thank you for being here. LSS said, I have 2 kids and refuse to date someone with minor kids. Listen, I just know the power the first baby mom has. Won't do it. Won't do it. The cameraman had to stop her from beating up Dennis's mom. That's the only reason why they're not together. Miss T said Porsha told us all on her show Shamia hooked her up with Simon. She must have forgot. Yes, but then Shamia in the show said that she was there when Porsha met Simon. So I think what happened is Shamia absolutely hooked Porsha up with Simon. But I think it was while Simon was still married. And neither one of them want to talk about it, because if they talk about it, they got to address that timeline. Messy. It's ridiculous that it got so bad and she was just so careless about it. Ephraim said, Kelly's finances stresses me out. Even the word eviction makes me want to check my accounts and make sure everything is set up right. I don't get how someone gets that for who allegedly has coins. Yes, you're dying your dog, but not paying your bills. Oh my God, I just thought about it. Did World Market put out their fall collection? Forgive me. Because one thing about World Market, if you don't get to that fall collection early, that stuff, oh child, I think they put it out. Oh, they got the fall shop. Let's see. Oh, it's here. Oh, child. Thank you, Lord, for dropping that in my spirit. I just thought about it. And I gotta get to World Market. Sorry, guys. B. Clark, hey, said hi. I don't even watch the show anymore, but here for the commentary. Thank you, B. Clark. Mari said, OMG, is Bachelor in Paradise 3 hours every week? What? I thought it was 2. 3? I don't know, guys. 3 hours. It's the summer. I still got to be in them streets. Well, it's summer all the time here, but still. Oh my gosh. I also had a thought. Love Island needs to come back when them kids are in school. That show should not come out while kids are out. Absolutely not. They don't have no time. Ain't nobody watching them, and they are on them iPads all day. Tiny said, LOL, that mortgage hasn't been paid by Simon. Porsha will have to figure that out on her own, especially since he and ICE. Did he get deported yet? We literally have concentration camps in America, and everybody's just going on like that's normal. I'm so scared for this nation. Give me shelter. I think Kelly is fronting. She has to be embarrassed by the way she treats her scraggly dog. She thinks she's a broke Paris Hilton from 2003. I don't know if that's what she thinks, but I'm just saying the way she talked about damn near getting evicted like it was nothing. I'm like, have you been here before with your businesses? You see, you got to start thinking about that stuff. And, maybe it's because I'm from Philly, scammer capital. We beat Atlanta by a mile, girl. And I'm just very hyper aware of stuff like that. Like, if you don't care about that, that is not like, I'm not saying it should stress you out. It should stress you a little bit. Like, oh, I got to get this in. Oh no, girl, I can't. I usually go to Bloomingdale's and clear it out. I can't do that right now. I gotta take care of my business. You're not like $1,000 IVs. You're paying for glam, and you're about to get evicted from your property. That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, she does not seem financially responsible, and that's sad. She came on here like a boss. Now we know it's not true. Kaylee said, true, this show is trying hard to bounce back from that, and especially now with Candy off the show. Yeah, that's very hard to bounce back from that, and I don't think that Fedra would do that again, and I don't think that she can contractually do something like that again. Miss T said, fire the team that dressed waffles for the reunion. I thought the dress was cute. It just had too much going on. Hey, Cindy. Cindy said, I can't stand the way Angela's husband treats her. See, this is the thing. It's very hard to find a wealthy man that treats a woman like the queen she is. Prince Harry is an anomaly. It's an anomaly. Like, those girls, the women that get with these men, they got to eat a lot of dog poop to be in those positions. And the men think, well, I'm giving you a lavish life, so what else can you ask for? for you to love and respect me and not give our marital ding-a-ling away to everybody that asks. Like, they think because they're wealthy, they can be awful. And I absolutely do not like how he treats her, but it's also a choice to be in that situation. And for her, she will not leave the situation because she is not necessarily that she doesn't want to leave him. She don't want to leave the lifestyle. And a lot of women are like that. They will stay in that situation because they do not want to leave that lifestyle, because it's normally women that didn't have that lifestyle before him. Sad, but she can get out of that if she wants to. Fid said, child, I'm over here sending you Love Island tea with Nicolandria, not realizing you on live. We got you working, Nikki. We appreciate you entertaining us. Oh, child, let me check in. Let me check in with that. Give Me Shelter said, edit, I think Kelly is front and she would be embarrassed by the way she treats that scraggly dog. Thank you so much for the edit. Always Priceless said, I definitely, yeah, we all have a cousin named Junebug. And what is he, 62? It was a mess. I'm like, why would you do that at your charity event? Baby, if I was at that charity event and she started doing all that mess, let me close this purse up and get on. Because you don't know how to run a charity. So I am now thinking, if this is how you run your charity, my credit card information isn't safe with you. My routing number is not safe with you. Absolutely not. Poliva Girl said, Angela is lucky Charles held his enforcer temper and didn't manhandle that little man. It would have been bad for them. It would have. AI said also, Carlos King interview insinuates that Angela was doing a little bit of blackmail. That was a very incriminating interview. He had a lot to lose. And we know people. Wow. What are you talking about? So did that man just give you any name under duress? Ciao. Cindy said, Phaedra just got right with Bravo. No way she would do anything to mess that up. I absolutely agree. Always Prices said, what if Angela and Charles have an infidelity clause in a post not agreement? It's definitely Angela. Ooh! That's genius. But would Charles agree to something like that? Because he was probably cheating before they got married. I don't know. That's smart though. Cameron said Drew ate Porsha up when she told us Simon says you don't have a storyline this season. Porsha hurried and tried to squash it. Yes, because she doesn't. And Drew was right. Rocky said hopefully next season will be better. Allegedly, Needy and Kenya will be back. I hope so. Them bringing Kenya back after that Brit Eady lawsuit, they need her bad. And I know Kenya's getting a nice little paycheck cut. Yikes. Tamara said they should start doing lie detector tests on this show. Well, see, lie detector tests aren't accurate. They just go off your body language. So that wouldn't be successful. Robin said, yay, so glad to make it live. I'm in New Jersey and it's flooded. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Global warming with the right-wing president. We're in trouble. Kaylee said, LMAO, he doesn't look black, but I'm surprised they're engaged. He doesn't. He mainly dates black women. It's the black wife effect. LSS said, I believe it's production that set it up. Everyone's denying involvement. It has to be. It's production or Angela. Poliva Girl said, no way. If I'm Brit, I would show up at their main cast vet, put explicit pics of me. My castmate attacked me all season and production don't tell me it wasn't me till the end. Nope. Lawyers, please. Now that's what I think. I think she didn't show up because she had already filed at this time, so it doesn't make sense. But I feel like she should have showed up. If she didn't file against them, I think she should have showed up because Kenya wasn't going to be there. And listen, state your claim. But I feel like now that she knows that she's going to probably get more money, the most money ever from Bravo that she could if she was a contestant, a cast member on their show. No need to. No, here's the thing. I don't want to normalize people like this. And I'm trying so hard. I'm even thinking about, do I want to review Miami or Orange County, because I don't want to put people on a platform who I know voted for the utter destruction that we are dealing with. And although I probably would have got a lot of views for the Mormon Housewife reviews, I can't do it. I just cannot do it, because I cannot put aside the fact that I know without a shadow of a doubt that they voted for this administration. So I can't. I know it's good. I heard some people say it, and I'm just like, I get it, but I'm not putting them on my platform. I did it before, and I felt convicted, and even now I'm like, yeah, I won't be doing that again. Miss T said Phaedra definitely doesn't like Angela. She came in hot this whole season from the beginning, but they had minimal contact. So I'm just like, why would she come for you? That's the thing. These beefs that formed at the reunion, I'm confused, because I'm like, when did any of this happen? DIY Bell said Kim Meyer posted a video showing the IG post where Porsha called Shamia the world's best matchmaker. Yikes. Yikes. They don't want to talk about that, because if they talk about when Porsha met Simon, that timeline is going to be real weird, real funky in the daytime. And also, it's a lie. The world's best matchmaker are the Wilsons. Let me tell you something. If you want a wealthy, professional, Black professional athlete that loves the Lord, you better get on Sierra and Russell Wilson's roster. They will get you married to a Black professional athlete who loves the Lord within months. Oh, they got a good thing going over there. They got a good thing going over there. I just thought about it, because this is the season. This is the season. I got to get my fall stuff. Bachelor in Paradise, we're one episode in. Is it tonight? Oh my God. It's Monday? I gotta watch. Child, I'm in here hanging with y'all. I gotta watch that show. Lord, let me get some more comments and then let me get out of here, child. Over here hanging with my besties like I ain't gotta go to work. Cameron said, Nikki, speaking of fall collection, my order from Bath & Body Works just came in today. I brought the whole... What? The Halloween collection is out? I just checked their website. One thing about Cameron, he will let me know about Bath & Body Works. The Halloween collection... Girl, I gotta get off of here. I gotta watch The Bachelor in Paradise. I gotta get... Oh my God. What is the... Yo! Oh, it's here. It's here. Your summer weed. Ooh, what we got? What we got in the summer weed? Oh, okay. It's giving whimsical with a bit of demonic. I don't know if I can bring that in here, but this is cute. Oh, I like this. Oh, she's so... Oh, let me get off of here. Child. What, Cameron? My favorite time of year is coming up. What, Cameron, please, if you can hit me up on Instagram and show me everything you got. Just jokes. Said random question. Nikki, give us your top 5 favorite music artist groups. I would have to say Beyonce. That is my girl. But real talk, Beyonce, Tina Marie, Aretha, Sam Cooke, Usher. My top 5. Oh, I gotta put Michael Jackson in there. Michael Jackson should have been number 1. I apologize. I want to give you 10. James Brown, Prince, of course. Who do I listen to every day? Prince. Oh, Biggie, of course. But I haven't listened to him because, it's gotten a little tricky. Oh, Little Kim. Yeah. My groups, take it back to the boy bands, Berlin girl bands. Oh, Brandy. I'm sorry for the vocal Bible. Brandy and Monica as well. But my groups would be Destiny's Child. I loved Immature at the time. You could not tell me that I was not going to marry Romeo. High Five, 702, Queen. She's not a group, but Anita Baker. It's another group that I listen to all the time. Aaliyah is not a group, but I got to throw her in there too. I listen to her all the time as well. I get to a point where I have to stop listening to her because I'll start crying. In my mind, we were best friends. Weird. But I thought that as a child. So you can give me an excuse for that one. Because, oh, Whitney Houston. I have to put her in here. No other groups. Yeah, I don't have any groups. I would throw NSYNC in there because I was deep in. It's gonna be me. Oh, I was deep in. There is a video of me circulating somewhere. I will not tell you where you can find it, but it is 19-year-old Nikki. I did the entire bye, bye, bye dance for some news network. Because I was in deep. You could not tell me that I was not going to at least be engaged to Justin Timberlake. Again, my brain was not fully developed. Don't judge me. I was a baby. But yeah, pretty much that. A lot of stuff is old school. I don't listen to like a lot of new people. You know, the Afro beats. I'm into the Afro beats now because, you know, I'm Black. We like drums. But that's pretty much it. A lot of my stuff is like, oh, throwback. Or like new music from people I was listening to when I was a child. Yeah, I don't have no new people in here. Child, I was just listening to Avril Lavigne. I love me some Avril Lavigne. He was a skater boy. Oh, I like SZA and Kendrick. Those are new people. Not that new, but I like SZA and Kendrick. Yeah, everybody else I got Betty Wright in here. My God. What am I doing listening to Tonight is the Night? And that's one of my favorites. The way Apple is telling me how much I listen to this song. My God, today. I am my grandmother's child. Kaylee said, heavy on scared for this nation. I know we watch the TV to escape, but also got to pay attention to the political climate at the same time. Yeah, I think I'm going to clock into that. I don't, this channel is not going to become politics, but there's just some things that we need to talk about to just be alert. Okay? Always Parson said, I think they are marketing Love Island to teens because Serena did a spread in Teen Vogue. Oh, how would they be? What in the hell? Child. If that's where they're going, they can have it. They can have that Lord of the Flies fan base all they want. I will not be there. Sierra said, everybody want to talk about me. Charles is so conscious. Oh, wait. Why did I read it like that? Everybody want to talk, you know. Anyway, Charles is so country and southern. Keep him around for a little bit. That's what Real Housewives of Atlanta need. Yeah, I don't mind Charles. Sierra also said, I hope Nene and Kenya never work together again. It won't work. Their fights became way too volatile. They ain't no dynamic duo, in my opinion. One of them takes things too far. Cough, cough, the porn spa lady. Yeah, if they can control themselves, then it could work. If not, don't bring it back. Yeah, I just can't. It's too sensitive right now. When we get a liberal president, if we get a liberal president again, I'll watch. Mari said, I respect your call to not review certain shows. I have a hard time separating politics out and enjoying watching certain shows, people, especially in this time. Yeah, it's difficult. You know what I mean? But we're going to have as much fun as we can. But I just, with the Mormons, I can't do it. Kaylee said, Wilson's got the black athletes on lock. I'm like, I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I'm just like, if you're a black woman in this industry, how do you find a husband? Sierra and Russell Wilson. That's how, my God, today they are linking up and they say, oh, we're going to get black people married. And I love it. I love the world's the black community's best matchmakers. I was like, oh my God, and they getting them some saved black men with money. Cindy says, stay safe in Jersey. I'm in Texas. Oh, I'm so sorry. And we just had some of the worst flooding. So many precious lives lost. Yep, that camp. That camp with them kids. That camp with them kids. You guys are so welcome. Me and my mom will be here tomorrow for Bachelor in Paradise. Yes, always priceless. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was just listening to Sam Cooke, my grandmother's favorite artist. Teddy Pendergrass too. I don't love you anymore. But like my mom, she was just like, you got to turn it off. Like, we can only listen to Sam Cooke but so much before we all start getting a little sad. Jodeci, yes, the Temptations. Now I'm the kind of guy treated like a lady. Now that's my jam. Oh my! I can only listen to a couple songs. I can't do too much. Oh yes, everybody in sync. I didn't expect it. DIY Bell said, girl, there's a child in here who will have surfaced that NSYNC video before you, child. It wasn't fully developed. But when I tell you I hit every move, I ate that. I ate that. My best friend is the only one who has it. Ooh, child. If it ever comes to light, I'm telling you, I'm going to say it's AI. I'm going to say it's AI. Loved him. Loved him. A child loved him. Loved him. Oh, of course. Of course. It's a damn cold night. She ate. I'm with you. Oh, we had some talent back in the day, child. Anyway, guys, let me get out of here. I gotta watch Bachelor in Paradise, and I have to order my summer wing collection. Cameron, please let me know what you got on Instagram. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be here tomorrow afternoon with Mama Star to discuss The Bachelor in Paradise. Later in the evening, I want to do a recorded review for 90 Day Fiance and 90 Day Fiance Hunt for Love. And then in the morning, I'm going to, on my home channel, NikkiStar at Home, I'm going to put up my vlog for the week. I'm giving you content, guys. So give me a like. Love ya. See you tomorrow. Bye. I'm with you.